You find it
That
every
nigga-
day, and you
not
and you
gonna
find
listen.
I know. I can find that out for free. It ain't gonna cost me $300 to find
Ain't
that
gonna-
out.
right,
You know
it
what
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying?
cost me to find that out.
Hell nah.
You might not
Go
even want to
picking
take
her
my
up and ain't talk to her. Hey, she sent that nigga an address and some niggas come out the bushes on that nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga, he ain't gonna say nothing.
Trick, you read my mind. You hear the type? He wouldn't even know. You see, I'm on the phone. Oh yeah, what's up? What's up with your kid's father? Yeah, where he at? Oh yeah, he said right.
Yeah.
You don't know if he got a crazy. You don't know if she got a crazy ex. Her ex is stalking her. You don't know if the baby daddy stalking her. You don't know.
She say the baby daddy coming on the date too.
They're gonna be pressured to tell you some shit too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what's crazy? 99.9 of the women that I've fucked with, that I've dealt with, were always alpha females. And if you would have asked all of them what's their opinion on me, they would never say that nigga's a simp. They would never say I'm a trick. They would never say I'm easy. Ever say that. So that's how I know I'm moving right.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how I know.
they didn't say it to your face, of course. They didn't say it to your face. They said it to the next nigga.
No, they wouldn't tell you that. They wouldn't tell you that.
Hold on, real quick, Braille. Hey, what up, Chris? What up to Christina, man? She just joined the show, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Now look, I've been listening the whole time. I've been trying to comment, and little by little, but reflection. With all due respect, bro, you're a walking contradiction. I am an alpha female. And with you calling females bitches, that's a no-no. Anytime any woman with substance, any alpha female, anytime she heard a bitch, that's instant cut, instant, not even combo, nothing. And the fact, okay, you want to spend 300, that's cool, but that's tricking. You know what I mean? You're not wanting to have a conversation with a female before you take her out. Is crazy to me. Like Rel and I don't agree on a lot of things, but what Rel was saying is facts. Like you have to have a meaningful conversation with a female before you even want to spend money on her, and vice versa. A female wants to get to know a dude before she even goes out with him. So it's just been a walking contradiction the whole time, bro. Like it's crazy to me. Like
tell you like this: you can't question my theory on women. You can't question my theory on women because I'm older than you. That's
how old are you? How old are you?
We're all grown. No, we're all grown. It don't matter.
I mean, you don't.
Right. You're older than us if you started 10 years later.
But you don't know if I'm older. You don't know if I'm your age or not. You don't know how old I am.
It don't even matter.
I can tell you maturity.
If I started driving,
let me talk, Rail. I can tell your maturity is not at my level because of your dialogue.
Listen.
How is that? I'm just heated right now. That's the only reason. You don't know my dialogue. You don't know my profession, what I'm in, or none of that. You don't know nothing about me because you haven't had a conversation with me.
Hold on. He's talking about age.
Let me ask you a question. Have I called you a bitch?
No, but you calling females bitches alone is disrespectful to all females, not just any female, all females.
Hold on, I don't want to change this subject. You keep talking about age. Listen, buddy, age don't matter. If I started driving at 18 and you started driving at 28, I still got more miles on the road than you, nigga. So don't matter. It don't matter about your age, nigga. Because if I lost my virginity at fucking 13 and you was a late bloomer, we on the same playing field, partner. It ain't no age ain't got shit to do with it.
That part.
If I've been doing something longer than you, I have more knowledge and experience than you.
When it comes to the approach that y'all saying y'all do with women and the approach I do with women, and for this woman to get on this podcast and say that my theory is wrong, the way I approach a woman, I want to see this woman and I want to conversate with her face to face, and she's telling me I should know about her through a text message, through a phone call.
I didn't say text message. I didn't say nothing about a text message. I said conversation. That means you're steady on this text message. No one said anything about a text message. We're talking about actually conversing on the phone. talking to each other, getting to know each other. I don't have a problem with you wanting to spend $300 on a female after you've spoken with her and you guys are going on your first date. That's fine. But at the same time, if you're just saying, I just want to take you on a date and then you go out and spend $300, that's tricking. That's you don't even know her. You're using that date. Hear me out though. With all due respect, you're using that date to try to get to know her. But what if you just don't like her at all? Now you just wasted $300. That could have gone to a bill. You know what I mean? Like that just don't make sense to me. Like how you have to have a conversation before you even initially ask a woman out on a date. Otherwise, that's superficial. You're just looking at the looks.
I'm going to explain to you. I will never approach a bitch I'm not attracted to.
Stop saying that, please. Just don't say it. Because that's just hella disrespectful. It's a walking contradiction. Like I am a female. I am a woman. I don't like the word bitch. And respectfully, just don't say it. You could say female or woman. You're wanting to say, I appreciate beauty. I appreciate women and women with substance and everything. I am a woman with substance and I don't like the word bitch.
Your question, why are you contradicting yourself? How is it that you don't have enough substance that you don't want to meet me at the dinner table, but you want to conversate with me all goddamn day on the phone before we
I don't mind getting to know you.
You're not a weirdo, nigga.
Exactly. I don't mind going out on a date. I would like to have a conversation first to decide if I even want to go out on a date. How am I gonna, that's.
So you take more pride in conversating with a dude that you just met via phone call or FaceTime than you want to do presently across the dinner table?
I said an initial conversation. I'm not talking about talking on the phone for days at a time, for hours at a time. Initial conversation on how you are as a person tells me a lot. 20, 30 minutes will tell me a lot about a person because I ask questions.
So I'll say this. If I ask you your age right now, is that disrespectful?
No, I'm an open book. I don't mind. Now, some women it might be, but with me, I don't care.
So you prove my point of your maturity level. It's disrespectful to ask a woman her age, and you just agreed that it's not. So you need to get
I didn't say it's just. I said with me, it's not. That doesn't mean that I'm not a mature woman.
I'm making sure you're of age. I'm making sure you're grown. So I'm asking your motherfucking age. I don't give a fuck what you talking about, nigga. I need to know your motherfucking age.
Any woman that gets offended by you asking her age is crazy.
I might want to see your ID. I might want to see your date of birth because you ain't gonna have me in the penitentiary because you lying about your motherfucking age. I'm not. Well,
every man knows it's disrespectful when you do not ask a woman that.
No, you don't ask your elders. It's your elders.
You don't ask your elders their age. Everyone knows that.
You can't ask your mother. Your mother's still living?
Yes.
That's an elder. What are you talking about?
And I wouldn't ask. People don't ask my mom her age.
You don't ask your elders their age.
I'm talking to. Oh my God, Rail, I'm talking to the young lady.
Ask your mother. I'm telling you, it's your elders.
Ask your mother. Is it disrespectful for a man to ask a woman her age? See what your answer she gives.
An older woman, yes, I agree with that. An older woman, but not any woman.
Okay,
I mean,
for reflection, I'm telling you how I was raised, and you don't ask your elders their age.
Same.
That's
how I was raised as well.
That's how I was raised.
Same.
But if I'm getting to know somebody and I want to know how old they are, I need to know how old you are. I'm asking a woman their age. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
You guys was talking about elders. The whole time I grew up, there was never an age limit on when you should ask a woman her age. You're not supposed to.
That's you. But that's you. That's you.
So that separates my maturity level above.
It has nothing to do with maturity. It's how you was raised. It's how you was raised. I was raised. Don't ask elders their age. That's how I was raised. By my father, by my grandmother, by my aunt. Right. You don't ask your elders their age, man or woman. What are you talking about?
I could see it from not to cut you off, Reflection, but I could see it from both your point of views. Some women, if you ask their age, will get offended. Some women are an open book. It doesn't mean that their level of maturity
Tina, what I'm saying is there's no wrong. It's how you was raised. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah,
he's acting like how he was raised was Bible. That's not what that's how he was raised. Just like some people was raised to have no respect for adults, right?
Okay, so
how they was raised, it's how he was raised. How I was raised, you don't ask your elders. But if I meet a woman in the club and we're in a club that's 21 and over and I'm 25, what if she got a fake ID and she's in the club?
Right.
I need to know her age. I need to know what the fuck is going on.
Okay, so I'm about to drop this bombshell on the young lady who chose to say I'm tricking, right? I'm about to drop a bombshell on you, right? Do you have daughters?
I have a daughter.
Okay. Leave your daughter the fuck alone the day you ask her, have you met this guy? And have you even went out with this guy? You gotta leave her the fuck alone. If you fucking with me with what I said, if I got a daughter, right? If I ask my daughter, have you ever went out with this guy? So he's telling you a crock of bullshit via phone call?
No, my daughter is the same way. My daughter will never go out, and my daughter's 19. She does not go out with anyone unless she knows them first.
You don't understand that women have to get comfortable with you.
Yeah, in this society and day and time, folks is weirdos. Like that's I had to put my daughter up on game. You need to know the person who you're going with. Not only that, I need to know location and all of that. I mean, it's just it's different for women than it is men. You know what I mean? You have to know the person that you're going out with, and then get to know them on a deeper level.
You know how I know women. You know how I know women got to talk to men. You know how I know women got to talk to men. You know how I know women got to talk to men. How many times have we heard women say that we cool with women that we cool with? We heard women say, "I liked him until I heard him talk."
Many times.
You're separating the genders. That's what you're doing right now.
How many times have we heard that? How many times have we heard women say, "I liked him until I heard him talk"?
No, until he opened his mouth.
Until he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
So
why? Because women are getting to know you before they do anything with you.
So you didn't hear him talk when you asked for that nigga's number?
I'm talking about an actual conversation, and
you didn't convert that. You didn't
hear that nigga talk when you asked for his number, right? Yes or no?
I mean, I don't ask for men's number, but second, it's the approach and all of that other thing. So that's reflection over there getting frustrated.
I want to hear this fucking point, please.
Please make your point.
How is it that you're gonna find comfort in pursuing a situation with a guy you haven't personally met? I'm confused.
If you got their number, you personally
yeah, exactly. I'm confused right now. I mean, I don't internet date. You don't internet date. You don't. I'm old fashioned with that. Like
you got their number in person. You personally met them. What are you talking about?
Right.
You telling me it's a better playing field by conversating with this person than it is meeting this person. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
How?
Because you need to know certain basic things about this person before you meet up with them. Yeah. They might not even want to meet up with you.
I mean, the initial meetup could be in a public space, right? There's people around. You have an initial conversation. The initial conversation piqued your interest enough to give the number. Then you have a follow-up conversation. Now, in that follow-up conversation, if I'm not feeling what you're talking about, or if you're not talking about anything, then I know that I don't want to go on a date.
So what's the most impactful one? The first initiation or the second?
The second. The first is just the first. Listen. Let me explain. The first is just based on appearance, right? The first is just based on appearance in the initial attraction, right? The second would come based on the conversation. As I mentioned before, conversing is the most purest form of intimacy. You cannot see if you want to get to know a person more by not having a conversation with them, and then you could go on the date and then see how the body language is and how the chemistry is in person. But if the chemistry ain't rocking initially, then there's no point.
So you just proved my point. If you let a person talk enough, they'll hang themselves. I asked you.
No, that's not true.
I said, what's the most impactful when dating and courting somebody? Is it the initiation or the? And you said the second.
Well, because the first interaction is just exchanging numbers. The second is actually getting to know the person before we go on an actual date.
The second interaction's on the phone.
The second interaction is on the phone. Exactly. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to give you my phone number. And then the next part, just meet up with you like that. And I don't know who you are. I don't know anything about you. No, I'm not going to waste my time like that.
I think you guys is shortchanging each other's partnership by gauging it off of somebody that you haven't met on an actual physical date. I think you guys are shortchanging each other because maybe it's something that you're missing that you haven't met presently with this person. So why would you shortchange and create accountability off of conversation without meeting this person on a date? It doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna tell you. Look, me personally, I've had very bad interactions on the first date. I used to do that. I used to go exchange numbers. Listen. I exchanged number, and it was only one or two before I learned my lesson. Right. So an interaction, and then I went on the date, and the date was so bad that I had to fake a phone call to leave. So it's that I rather than avoiding that awkwardness, I rather have the conversation prior to going out.
So if a guy were to take you out, how much would you consider a loss to you as a woman?
My time. I mean, initially, as far as a first date, I offer to pay 50-50 because I don't want any expectations. Usually, especially in this day and age, if a dude is forking out money, then they're expecting something in return. In most situations, I'm not saying with all situations. So most of the time, I go with the intent on paying for myself.
How is $300? And that y'all keep playing. I said $300 is the cap on what I would spend without counting a loss. So how was $300?
$300. I ain't doing it again.
No, 300 is okay. So going back to the reflection, if you're spending $300, right? You go out. Say
no. You said 300 is okay, right?
I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable with a guy spending $300 on me on the first date. Me personally, I'd offer to split the bill or at least buy shots or something.
But you said it's okay, right?
No, I wouldn't feel okay about that on a first date. No, that's too much. On a first date, that's way too much.
So I can tell your caliber of men has not been at that level.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Because me personally, no, that's not true. I would rather have a man with substance and conversation than have them spend money on me like crazy than a nigga that's tricking. Exactly. It's the thing is when you're spending money like that, you either are expecting something in return or you're making up for a deficit that you have within your own life.
How is it? How is it that
you're making up for a shortcoming that you can't bring to the table by spending money? That's
how is it that there's no financial exchange on a date that you want to categorize that as tricking? I didn't put that as the narrative of the date. I said that's the case.
But you're saying you keep saying that's something that I would want to enjoy as well. But if a woman is comfortable enough you breaking bread like that and she's not offering to help with anything, at least a tip or buy drinks or whatever, then that's could be a selfish woman that you're working with. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that about all women, but most cases that is a materialistic female.
But how do you know a woman is selfish because that's the way the night went? How do you know that woman is selfish?
Remember we talked earlier today, and when you were saying you pay for dinner and maybe tonight you want to keep on going. And I said, what if you go after dinner somewhere else and y'all just chilling, talking, having a good time? She don't even offer, you know what, I'm gonna go get you a beer. That's only $8 goddamn. She don't even do that to make sure you okay. You
That's
just spent
selfish.
$300. Why would you want to continue being with a broad like that?
Right.
So you telling me for me to not put that type of night on the table, for me to put that type of night on the table, I'm a trick? That's what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is you're laying the foundation of that woman expecting you to spend that every time. And not only that, if you're looking for a life partner and she's expecting you to pay all the time, then that means you're going to be supporting that life partner. Do you want somebody to bring 50-50 to the table, or do you want to support somebody for the rest of your life?
You can't find a person's expectations off of a phone call, and you can't find it off of a date, but a date is the foundation.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
You said
simple gestures.
Yes, you can. You know
simple
what?
Gestures. Simple
hold
gestures.
on before y'all continue real quick. Let me hold on real quick. Let me we got another person on the panel here. What up, Marie, man? I know you want to come in and give your knowledge. Now, this is someone that got 2 degrees in this, man, in the counseling and in psychology, and her profession is with shit like this. Welcome to the show, Marie, man. What you got to say about this?
Hi, good evening. And I'm not here to fight at all, Reflection. I'm not here to do that at all. But I do think that, and I'm not here to tell you you're wrong in your ways at all, right? You do what you want to do. But what I think that you may be kind of confused at just a little bit, and maybe I'm using the wrong word, confused. I don't want to say that. But I think what you're kind of correlating when you meet a woman, you're talking about beauty. Right? But what are you dating for? If you're dating for intention and all you're going to go to approach a woman is her physical, and then you don't even want to talk with her, one thing you're missing is that women want to feel safe. I want you to be interested in me. I want you to ask questions about me. That way I know your intention with me is not just dinner and a fuck. It is to really get to know me. Right? So I think that's where a step you might be missing, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying maybe if you add a little step, you might have a little bit more luck.
So you're telling me I'm gonna find out the level and caliber of female you are through via phone call and conversation before I see you presently?
I think you're gonna get some of me, but no. Let me finish my sentence. I think you're gonna get some of me, but the more that you're curious about me, the safer I feel to open up to you on a date and get to know the real me.
I will never trust anybody, male or female, but we're talking about female. As a man, I will never trust you ever if I haven't presently sat down with you ever.
Sure,
because that's the same thing I'm gonna do with my daughter's boyfriend. That nigga's gonna sit down with me before he think he gonna create this false narrative with my daughter over a phone call and FaceTime. Have you met this nigga? Have you sat down with this nigga? Find out what he's doing. You can't find those particulars out via phone. How do you trust that? How do you trust that? So you women on this panel tonight is letting me know that's where y'all failing at because you trusting a lot of niggas.
You just answered your own
question. I don't think you heard what she was saying. You made the entire point that she was trying to make. The entire point.
I don't think you heard anything I said.
Nothing. You didn't. You're on total defense mode.
Can I say
and look.
Reflections. You know why you said don't. You know why what you said don't make no fucking sense. Let me tell you why you said don't make no fucking sense. You talking about if your daughter is dealing with a dude and you saying, have you met that nigga yet? What if she met that nigga and he did something foul to her? But he got me. But no, what you just said, because what
the initial interaction,
he got to meet that nigga first. Hold on. What you just said is he got to meet her first. Did you hang out with him yet? What if her first encounter with him was a bad one? And now you're not finding this, you know why? Because basically what you're saying is your daughter hangs out with a dude, no conversation over the phone, and something happens to her because she didn't vet him. She didn't vet him. He didn't vet him in the process. And now what has happened is your daughter has something bad has happened to her, and now she's coming back to you. And you know what she's going to tell you? Yes, I hung out with him, and you know what happened? He did X, Y, Z in the third. So now, based off of your logic, your daughter could put herself in harm's way
Right.
Based off your logic, your daughter could put herself in harm's way based off your logic.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
You know what's crazy is how you think, nigga.
Talk, right? You know what's crazy? For you guys to assume somebody gonna tell you who they are outside of y'all meeting them, that's crazy to me.
He not.
But can I say something really quick? I don't think we're saying that. I don't think we're saying that. I think what we're saying is there has to be some kind of soft intro. And it's not just about anyone can lie in your face. Anyone can play in your face and be just who you want them to be. But if you talk to them more before you meet them, you're going to want to know if you want to take that extra time to meet them. And if I feel safe enough as a woman, feeling safe enough that a man wanted to ask questions about me before we met, that shows me that his intention with me is more than just a one-night stand. He really wants to get to know me. With that said, on the date is when, on that first date, if I would have had several conversations with you, trust and believe, reflection, you would have gotten the real me on the first date. If you
say this. You know what makes me so dynamic in what I do on this panel? You know why? You know what makes me? Because I can see right now, I can see right now a lot of y'all are online dating. And you know the
I've never online dated in my life.
Never in my life. Never.
Now we all online dating.
Dead wrong.
You gotta stop moving this goalpost. You stay moving the goalpost, and I can't stand that about you.
What you guys are doing when you believe in somebody that you haven't met through what they're telling you via text message and phone calls. That's what you're doing.
But that can happen on the first date without having any background conversations. And then they take your money up to $300.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. He brought up jobs earlier. He brought up jobs, right? He said something about jobs when you go in to interview X, Y, Z, and the third. How many people went on a goddamn job and said, I'm going to never be late and I'm going to always show up every day? Everybody going to put their best foot forward, whether they in your face or not. What are you talking about?
But they can't fake it presently. They can't fake it presently.
Yes, they can.
It's so much easier to fake in person than it is over the phone.
Right. A liar is a liar. It don't matter if they in your face or on the phone. A liar is a liar. Some people lie best to they could put on they put on their poker. What do they call it? The poker.
Right.
Your best work that you can show and prove in front of me is in my presence. I will never trust you outside of that. If you're not in my presence, so basically a lot of y'all are buying wolf tickets.
No, you acting like you can't get lied to in person.
Right.
You can, but the hurt and pain is a lot lesser because now you can say.
Because if I catch you in a lie over the phone, and I ain't take you on a date, I am perfectly fine. We're not calling you no more. I am good. Thank you. I found out about you. I know what I need to know. I can go on my business.
But my conversation with you presently is a lot more valuable to me than my conversation with you distant. I don't trust nobody distant.
On dates, I just want to know: are you like this on dates? I'm not trying. I just want to know. Because you had mentioned earlier, you want to save it for the first date. You don't want to feel like it's a job interview. But if you're going to ask all these important questions, it turns it into a job interview. So let me ask you. What do you do on the first date? Is it just question after question after question, and then you make your, summarization about it? Like, I just want to know what your process really is and what your intention is.
The indulgement is the date, so the date doesn't feel like a job interview if you're enjoying the date.
For you, but for the woman, it does, and that's probably you got to understand. That's probably like we want you to be interested and curious about us.
I've never took a kid to the park and they didn't enjoy the park. With me saying,
what does that have to do with a woman and a date?
It has nothing to do with it.
Bless you.
Nothing.
I'm about to explain. I brought in that park thing to say this. I've never taken a woman out to a place that she liked that made my conversation feel like an interrogation.
How do you know that?
Because I know I'm taking her a place.
Did you get a second date with them? Did you get a second date with them?
Of course,
always got to say it.
Marie.
okay.
Of course he's gonna.
Of course he did. He spent 300.
I got you. And that's the other part too. For a good woman, you don't have to spend 150, 300. I don't even need a Starbucks coffee. Take me for a walk and talk to me.
Right, exactly.
You have to spend 300. I don't know y'all. For what?
Hey, fucking with you.
Marie,
You know
don't
what?
ask no questions that you know you're going to get the answer to.
I know you're right.